welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. And last time we saw off the enemy as we defended our capital. This time around, well, the stakes were high last time around. I believe they're even higher now, because I've split the army, leaving some of it behind here, and some of it have been sent up here. One of the mistakes I made in maneuvering here is I actually decided a bit late here that probably, because, well, what I did was I marched forward. I actually probably will show you a little bit of this battle. Turns out I hadn't actually saved that replay, so we're just gonna have to replay the battle again. I thought I would go ahead and show it because obviously the battles that I don't record are the ones that usually end up quite interesting in smaller ways. In this one, I really like the fact that we kind of caught the Austrians here in a gully, and it's kind of like an ambush. Like, the Austrians were defeated, they retreat away, like there's no command, everyone's in disarray. They decide to set a camp here during the night. It's a very sort of, they've lost a lot of supply and then the supply train, so they set up here during the night. They don't know the Bavarians are hot on their trail. They think that the Bavarians probably gonna huddle up in the city after all. We lost quite a lot of men, but that's not what happened. What happened was we follow them and we're about to slay them. So I just ordered everyone to open fire, and hopefully the canister will work. I doubt it though. Let's see. Oh, it actually did work. Splendid. The Austrians surrounded and cut to pieces. Right. Oh, it went well here as well. Nice. I wasn't sure if we were gonna be able to defeat them. Enemy cavalry coming in on the flank. We're gonna form square. I believe I put horses somewhere. We have one horse over here, and the other one's over here. Oh. Charge down the remnant. No, it will be O'Reilly Chevaliers. No way. We're gonna keep away from them. I charged in my grenadier, and we sent off that little unit. With that, I'm gonna try to move into square. Oh, just in time as they attacked us. Hopefully that hold. Tell my cavalry to charge those guys down. Let's see if I can get there, the map, so I can actually see what we are fighting. We got a small Jaeger company right there. And how about you switch to round shot, start punishing those guys. Hopefully the O'Reillys will die. My light infantry is dealing with this last unit. Hopefully that one will die as well. And also with this, let's move the infantry down into the gully. They're doing another attack on the another attack on the square. Seems to have failed, and rather quickly we've run this battle over. So this is the reason why I didn't really was planning on showing it to beginning with, because it wouldn't have fit into the last episode, and it was one of those battles that were just gonna sort of possibly drag on for way too long. Oh, now nice. The what's it called? The flags are overhead. One thing that I actually noticed is, you know what? That's future information, actually. The thing that I noticed. So I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say something that wouldn't have been seen to this point. So I'll just keep it to myself. And you guys will have to go without information. So it's only this small little Jaeger company that is left. And they're gonna be beset by all sides. They've got cannonballs flying. I don't know what this guy is thinking, but I guess it's some kind of rear guard. And there we go. They kind of realized it's over, and there we have it. The small little battle that I added on. And with that said, let's jump back to whatever I was doing before. So we had that battle over there where I destroyed that army, and then I moved forward, and as I was planted here, this army turned up, which seems like a rather big one. So I moved back quite a bit of troops, and I tried to move back my cannons because it looks like the cannons will reach, but they won't. I sent back my 6-pounder, and it stopped just outside of town. If this army had attacked, then they could have dragged the fight out of the fort, which I definitely don't want. So I moved back some of the units here. I'm not entirely sure if it's enough to hold the fort. It's enough to at least damage the enemy quite a bit. So I made a really big mistake not leaving the cannons there. I thought I might need them against the enemy. As it seems right now, Hessen-Kassel has very little troops, to the point where I can actually out-resolve it due to the fact that we've got a massive French army coming in to aid us. And I think that is exactly what we're not going to do, because I imagine you guys probably want to see us fight together with the French. However, I imagine the French are gonna fuck up thoroughly, as the AI usually does, but with the sub-mod as it is, it will be a very aggressive fight, and we'll run over these guys rather quickly, I imagine. So we'll go ahead and play this. I will take this settlement, and then hopefully I have enough strength to get back, or if the Austrians are pushed back somehow, or I don't know. We'll pray to God that we can keep our capital. With that said, let's go ahead and attack and take this town. Given how many troops the enemy has, I'm not entirely sure how I thought I was going to be able to possibly pull this off on my own. However, it gives me a little bit more confidence that I might be able to defeat the oncoming Austrian army, because I will get a lot of these extra, like, garrison units. Not sure how well the French will handle all of these. There's 3,000 of them, and so far the only thing I've done is sit here in the flank, firing my cannons onto the general, trying to snipe him out. Hopefully we can get cannonball bouncing through. How do we get a bounce and only get one there? Imagine getting a bounce and just get everyone, more or less. Surprised the general's just sitting there. And the French just wasting their heavy cavalry for the most part. But the units are so big that they could just feed them into this. And then they've got all those infantry units. And here comes the bloody cannons. Got loads of those. And I mean, most of that army consists of grenadiers. So I think even though the French are throwing away a load of their units, I think at the end victory will still be ours, even if they throw their units away. But damn, if I tried to attack here on my own, Jesus, the general staff. You know, I understand scouting, but this seems a little bit too close. French are dealing with their part. I think it's high time for me to deal with my part. It would be nice if that cavalry unit was gone before I actually advanced. I think it's about to rout. Let's go ahead and get the cannons in order and start advancing. See if we can deal some damage to the enemies we are facing. So most of the French cavalry on the front has been sent away, and quite thoroughly cut to size as well, most of them. And the general as well. Not gonna be surprised if he dies here, the moron. Right, cannons ready, move forwards. We can even see, I think these are French horses. Yes! French horses all the way over here. We're hoping, I mean, it's a French full stack, we should win this. But it will be all on the French and not so much due to me that we will be victorious here. Given just the size of the French army and that of the enemy army. We got the first shot off. Surprising high amount of kills. See if I can set up my cannons here. I think we'll actually pull these guys back a bit, given how the enemy's coming on here. Kind of sounded a bit like they were charging there for a second or two. Enemy cavalry's coming in. We'll form square. And we need to get these cannons firing rather soon. So lost surprisingly high amount of troops on this side. It seems to be even though. Right, deploy your cannons. So we got 4 infantry units and the enemy cavalry. Nice volley there. By the grenadier. No, it wasn't the grenadiers, it's the Bavarian reserves. I think we'll switch to canister. Luckily for me, not all of the enemy units are firing. Some of them are just advancing on us for some reason. They're pushing a lot of fire onto this unit and a lot onto the square as well. Nice! Here comes the canister. And that sent the armed citizenry away. Killing loads in the process as well. Jesus Christ, this unit's taking a massive beating. Just from... Ah, it's a Fusilier unit, that's why. The enemy have deployed a light infantry unit against us. That's why we're losing so heavily. Enemy cavalry is away. How's the French doing? Guess once they got their infantry stuck in, the Hessians couldn't really fight them. And oh, look at that, French cannons though. So the French are winning their side. And I'm hoping we're winning our side as well. Retreating into the forest was probably a good idea. But it's only going to be a good idea if these cannons are actually able to fire. Which they're not. There's so often that these cannons do not want to fire. This light infantry unit needs to disappear immediately. And my plan for this is actually a charge. Okay, now they fire. They fire a round shot. Come on, get one canister onto these guys. Shit. I'm gonna get that unit one way or another. We're gonna get it with a charge. Now we got canister firing. Right, hold your fire. We'll fire at these guys over here. And the general to rally the men. And we got rid of those bastards. Right, back into line and prepare to receive a charge. And it's probably better if you load canister at this point, since we got a massive amount of enemies charging down at you. However, of course, you don't want to fire canister, you just want to fire round shot for some reason. And if you didn't overshoot the bastards, countercharge them before they get to my cannons. My cannons, which insist on firing round shot. Cannon crew, move back. I don't want you to die. Right, the enemy was sent away. Jesus Christ. How did I plan on doing this without the aid of the French? Even with the French, it's not going that well. But I could not have faced all of these. That light infantry unit really tore us apart. And I suffered very high casualties. But looks like we're about to win this, so that's good. Right, on the move. See about having the general possibly charging these guys down. And then there's just a few Hessian garrison units left. Garrison units might not be that much to rely on out in the field. But back in my fort, I imagine they will be performing a lot better. Shit.
Our general is under attack.
Obviously they rally the bastards. See about getting them from an angle in which the cannons won't fire at our own men. Are you firing or are you being stupid? If I order you to fire over here then, or over here, hurry, line up. I think we could just bayonet charge them, but see about getting the general around. Seemingly these are the last men on the field at this point. Some quick bayonet charges, sending the armed citizenry away. Okay, then fire round shot then if you don't want to fire anything else. Oh, they broke just as they reached the cannons. Luck is on our side today, and we have won the battle. I think. Clearly not. There's some enemy unit hiding somewhere. Oh, there. Of course. The enemy dragoons, the general, have rallied. It's probably rallied troops as well. I guess I'll go and chase him down. And there goes the general. After some quick deployment of a few squares, he's gone, and the battle is won. The statistics of this one's going to be interesting. So Bavaria and its allied deployed 4,700 men against 3,700 men of the Hessians. We lost 1,700, while the enemy lost everything. When we go in to look at the statistics, we can see that our men did pretty well compared to the losses. I believe probably we did a lot due to those bayonet charges. It's a shame we can't actually see how well the French did, but if we quickly count our losses, we'll find that it's around, say, at best 400 men lost. So that means that the rest of them, almost 1,400, say 1,350, are French losses, which is quite high. But there we have it. Oh, supreme victory. Oh, there we go. Campaign is over, guys. It was not only was it a minor nation, but it was a minor victory. Right. Jesus Christ. We're gonna go ahead and occupy this. How nice. Campaign is already won. And it's a nice province as well. It's cost me a shit ton to repair it though. Get gold, and we get another musket factory. Now, what I want to see is people seemingly are still happy with us. And now I can trade with the Prussians. They're a little bit unhappy. Territorial expansion -6, which isn't great. But we got trade, so that cancels that out. Can't trade with anyone else. But trade with Prussia probably is going to give us quite a lot of money. And with this, we also got like a stepping stone or a stepping board towards attacking Saxony. And with that, if we take this, we get a university, which will be nice. It all counts though on surviving this bloody battle, which I'm hoping the AI is stupid and just moves away. But I don't think we can count on that. Hopefully we can count on the French to come to our aid, because France's enemies should just be Austria right now, so they should be moving towards them instead. And right now there's a lot of people that like us, which is nice. How much money do I make from the deal with the Prussians? Trade. Let's see. Prussians. A lot more than we do with the Italians. But trade is not our strength because, well, we're not really given our location. It would be nice to have a trade port. But I have expanded my territories, and now we control three provinces instead of one. I think though that rather than going to Saxony first, my plan will be to oust the Austrians and possibly take Prague. No, possibly switching entirely and going for Venice. Could be a thing. Because if I Prague, then the next... well, if I'm going to go to Saxony and take Dresden, then Prague is probably the first stepping stone to that. And then moving through there, rather than go this way. Because then we have this very long line where we have no supplies coming into the force sent forwards. And it could easily be destroyed along this very narrow and long road. Also, I need to keep in mind as I advance here, we do get a minus due to territorial expansions. We need to keep that in mind, because we don't want to lose our allies like France. If I lose France and France goes against me, I'm over. I'm already over almost as it is. But yeah, that's that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully you'll come around and continue this, even though I've already won the campaign, apparently. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!